So yesterday I started trying to learn how to make a stave snare. Um, Used to be a drummer. I'd really like to get back into it again. Haven't had a set for a long time. So that's kind of what's driving this. So what I did is I cut a bunch of pieces of maple like this. You see they're beveled on each end here. Now, these are 18-degree bevels on both sides, and I think that's what the problem is. I cut 10 pieces this length, and I was hoping to cut them in half down to about here and come up with 20 pieces at about 3 inches in length, and then glue them all together on these bevels and get the blank that I need. Ran into an issue. So here is what the product ended up being, and as you can tell, there's gaps everywhere. Okay, and it also ended up being very, very small. This is not a 14-inch snare drum. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board, make another print. I'm going to see if I can salvage this material here since it is maple and it could come in handy someday. But just for proof of concept, I just want to make sure that I can make this work. So I'm going to make another print for a 12-inch ring and see that if I can get all of this material to work. Okay, as stated, the problem that I ran into yesterday is the 18-degree bevels on these. Fortunately, the width on these is more than likely enough to where I should be able to cut a little bit off of them and still use them at least to prove the concept. If I can do that, then I can go get the wood that I want and actually make a drum. So, what I've got is a miter saw set at 8 degrees. I have a little stop block here that I can use to butt that up against there to get the 2-inch cuts that I need. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Okay, first thing that I'm gonna do is test this on a piece of scrap to make sure that I have the dimensions that I need. .9965. Okay, I was thinking of tapping that little block back a little bit, but I really don't think that I need to. Currently my measurement is 1.99 inches and some change, so I really don't feel like there's going to be that much of a discrepancy there, especially because if I cut this the way that I want, there's going to be plenty of room right there. 1.99 inches is not going to put me out that far, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut them the way they are. So, what I have learned today is that I'm getting closer. A lot closer. Now, you can see here, this is the final dimension of the drum. And the straight lines here are where the staves are supposed to be. You can look inside here, see that I'm not quite right. I'm still large. So, I was kind of playing around with these calipers earlier. Came up with something. I seem to need to make my boards quite a bit smaller. I've got just over 2 inches on everything right now, and they're not quite fitting together. What I'm seeing there is 1.9155 inches. Such a minor, minuscule cut, but it seems like it's going to make the world of difference. Now, this, keep in mind, this is very human. It's hand-drawn, so it's not done in AutoCAD or anything like that, so it's not going to be exactly accurate. Case in point, right here, I think I'm just a little bit, just that much shorter from what I said earlier. And in here, I mean, just fractions of an inch, right? Just ever so slightly. So clearly this is an ongoing process, but as you can see, I'm getting a lot closer. There's a lot less gap in between here, and the reason that you can see how this kind of kicks out right here. The reason for that is the angle that I originally cut, and you can see that in several places. The angle I originally cut again was 18 degrees, and we now know that that's wrong. But you can see I'm getting a lot closer. Needs work, for sure. It's soon to be where I want, I think. Anyway, this has been a fun learning experience. It's dark here now, the cicadas are screaming, the workday's done. So I'm gonna pick back up on this tomorrow, maybe shave a little bit off of this and see if I can make it work.